Well, it's been a long weekend, and it'll get even longer. We're 60 more minutes of hockey here at the Carmel Skadium. It's a home reunion of sorts for many players on both sides, and including myself, Sam Weixler. And stepping in for the pregame is a veteran of not only Indiana hockey, but Carmel hockey as well, Joe Stebbins. Now, Stebbs, you've played plenty of games here in your life, and we talked about how cold it is, that our fingers are freezing up in here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a pretty crazy week down here in Carmel. I've been here for the past 2 years or so, and I don't remember it ever being this cold. I mean, it's a little bit different actually watching a game now, but it's always good to be back and seeing a game here for Indiana, and I'm excited. Hopefully, get a good win tonight.
Well, we've got Jack Kissell over on the PA, so we'll step aside and let him do the starting lineups and reverberate our eardrums over here on the far side.
On defense, on the left side, Max O'Connell. On the right side, Trevor Borrelli. And in net, Jamie DeGiorgio. And now, for your Indiana, Weixler! On left wing, number 18 from Indianapolis, Indiana, Alex Chabot. On right wing, number 27 from Indianapolis, Indiana, Ian Still. And at center, number 2 from Indianapolis, Indiana, Matt Pregame. On left D, number 26, Max Barnett. On right D, number 20 from Indianapolis, Indiana, David Cesarski. And in net, number 1 from Indianapolis, Indiana, Ben Zaremski. Please stand and move the couch for the national anthem. Sorry, this man.
Well, Stubbs, I am thoroughly chilled to the bone, but thankfully things will start heating up between the Flyers of Dayton and Indiana University. Dayton Flyers lost to Louisville last night after having their Friday night game canceled because of the snow. And as a matter of fact, the Indiana side was the only team active in the TSCHL on Friday night because of all that crazy weather.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting dynamic when you're working with weather and stuff. And I think it's good that we at least kind of get a chance to make up these games, and hopefully we can get a big win today and continue to climb up those standings.
Indiana swept the Bowling Green State Falcons Friday and Saturday night at the Perry Park Community Ice Rink that Stebbs, you and I talked about off air.
Yep.
And last night at the Madhouse on Mercer, that was a packed barn for the first game.
Yep.
A little bit less than half capacity for the second game. But we're underway here from the Carmel Skadium. The Cream and Crimson coming off 2 wins in red sweaters. From left to right, in the cage is Ben Zaremski, the junior from Oswego, Illinois. And for the Dayton Flyers, it'll be Zerdzik in the cage. The Flyers in their white sweaters and a hodgepodge of colored pants. Some of them bright red, some of them blue, and some of them a black color. Maybe some miscommunication on the traveling pants. 30 minutes have been played here in Carmel, an auxiliary home rink. The second time Indiana's played at a barn not quite their own this weekend. As the Flyers throw the puck all the way down instead of being iced, Will Kicker scoots in and pushes the puck free in the neutral zone. He bats at it and charges right into O'Flaherty, who ended up on his backside. Kenyon soccers the puck forward over to O'Flaherty in the near corner. Kenyon scoops it up, a centering pass right over to Zerdzik, who collapses onto his near side to stop play with just 50 seconds played here in the first frame. Well, stepping aside is netminder Stebbs, and stepping onto the color commentary for the remainder of this game is Jack Kissell. Kiss, we talked about your 12-game point streak coming to an end, but it was a heck of a run you had through the meat and potatoes of the season.
Yeah, it was a good run. It had to come to an end at some point, but I was just really glad that we got the win yesterday, to be honest. Had a few penalties that I wish I could get back, but we came out on top, and I'm looking forward to the games to come.
Puck flicked into the near corner where Brennan scoops it up. Trying to circle it around, the roulette wheel goes all the way to the far point. That's Goodfellow standing up and holding the blue line. Zerdzik's really moving back and forth in the crease with some pace, trying to keep his eye on the puck. Playing around with it in the far corner, that's Ward. Flicks it forward, trying to get it over toward the stick of another teammate who dumps it in, and Dayton will get a full change, as will Indiana. Here comes Will Jeremy scooting through the neutral zone. Flicks it forward, and now wobbling all the way over toward the stick of Clark on the near side. His shot smacks off the back of the netting as Zaremski gets his first chance to shine since a win against the St. Louis Billikens on December 4th that resulted in a 12-3 stomping of St. Louis at home. Now, Jack, you were in that game. What changed between the 6-5 overtime loss the night before and that dozen goals that got put up the day after?
We just kind of played harder the second day. We knew we were much better than the effort we put forward on that Friday. Obviously, we've had this big run we've had so far, and I think it stemmed off of that loss, to be honest. And I think it almost was a good thing that occurred. We've just been really moving it forward since, because we knew that that loss really hurt us, but we knew we could change, we could alter, we could go forward, being successful in that manner, and I think we've got that going so far.
11 wins in 12 games played under Coach Weiss, the only blemish, that OT loss. And it was a heartbreaker because Tommy McDonald received a penalty late in overtime that really could have gone either way in that situation. Draw to the glove side of Zaremski as he watches it go through his crease and then gets landed on top of by Althoff, and the net came dislodged with 17:11 remaining here in the first. Still donuts and goose eggs up on the big board. Now, I'm interested to know if at ice level last night at the Slater Arena, was it this cold?
No, this is actually one of the coldest rinks I have ever been. I currently have a Snuggie on, and I'm still cold.
Looks like one of those things you see on late night television ads.
Yes, and it's warm, though. It's a very warm piece of clothing.
Well, hopefully Zaremski is warm. He's taken about 2 or 3 shots on goal and stopped all of them so far. One guy that we really talked about last night during the broadcast, obviously you were a little preoccupied between the hours of 10 p.m. and midnight, as how Cesarski, the captain for Indiana, kind of controls things and gets everybody to calm down. During a few of the kerfuffles and melees last night, it seemed like he was stepping in every time to make sure nobody got any silly penalties afterward.
Yeah, he's a great leader. He talks to us in between periods, or when there's a timeout, or kind of just a stoppage of play, and he really gets us going in the manner where we need. And penalties have really hurt us this season. We all need to improve on it, myself included. But he definitely helps out in that situation.
Tommy McDonald, the team leader with 96 PIMs, did not pick up a single penalty last night and scored a hat trick. So word on the street is his mom is going to give him an extra present for his birthday.
Yeah, so he's got to deal with his mom. If he doesn't get a penalty in a game, he gets $100. On Friday, he got a couple penalties, but she said it canceled out because he didn't retaliate when he got punched. So, he's doing well. I think he's got $200 extra back in his bank account. I wish it was my bank account, but it's not.
That's a good slush fund to start up. We've played just about 4 minutes here at the Carmel Ice Skadium between the Flyers and the Cream and Crimson. 0-0 still the score. Pinned up in the far corner in the attacking third for Indiana is Offenbach. He shovels it back toward Shabazz. Feeding pass into the high slot, poked away by the Flyers, and they'll try and get a rush going. But instead flick it straight into the ceiling and hit the tinfoil to stop the clock at 15:34 to go in the opening frame.
I definitely think this is a line to watch tonight, the Sim, Offenbach, and Shabazz line. Very hard workers, and they really can get to the net, and I think today's going to be a good day for them.
Last time these two played, it was a 6-0 victory for Indiana, although the Indiana skaters were few and far between. You guys were missing 4 or 5 key guys. Offenbach, Cesarski, all gone, and it looked like the lines got shuffled up a little bit for that game as well.
Yeah, they've been shuffled, but in practice we really work with a lot of different guys. So we've built chemistry with kind of everyone on the team, and I think Coach Weixler's done a really great job about that. Everyone just feels kind of comfortable. So when we're in situations like that, they've always kind of worked.
Indiana playing the puck free from their own end. Here's Vladislav Krush at the left point. Got a man in front of him, a centering pass, kicked away by Kenyon. Backhand shot, O'Flaherty a jam job. Krush a backhand shot, tries it off the back of the post, still open play. Puck flies into the far side corner where Krush gets his own rebound. Cesarski works the blue line. A long wrister goes off a body and deflects high into the air. O'Flaherty corrals it at the near point. His shot gets paddled away to the far corner again. Here's Kenyon emerging with it at the blue line to Cesarski, high slot. Shot through traffic, goes off a leg pad, and Jeremy scoops it up as he gets a change. 14:20 to go here in the first, no score. Cesarski pulls the puck off the boards and flicks it the width of the attacking zone. A centering pass to McDaniel, who almost had his first goal of the season. Another shot in front, scooped up by Zerdzik, but the puck flicks free. Way over the head of the netminder, and a swing and a miss by Barrett. He almost had a big slap shot lined up. Indiana vacates the zone. Here's D'Lo punching it across the blue line, but it's knocked away by Ward. He's got himself some space on the far side on the attack for the Flyers. He gets harassed and is pushed down from behind. There's Cass moving in to do some damage. Another centering pass. Zaremski lunging at it, and it's off the post and in. The Dayton Flyers draw first blood as Ben Zaremski watched it go right over his glove side. He was on his belly trying to spin around and get back up, but to no avail. 1-0 the score here as Dayton marks their first goal against Indiana since the 2019 season. Well, this season Zaremski has a 2-1-0 record, lost to Virginia Tech 4-3 in the Bourbon Barrel Classic game in Louisville. And we talked about his most recent appearance against St. Louis. Save percentage of 75.8 on the season, and a goals allowed average of .533. He's one of the guys that doesn't always see the score sheet for Indiana as far as the netminders are concerned, but he does have plenty to do in practice. And it looks like he has his work cut out for him. Not only at practice, but this afternoon as well. Indiana whacking it around their own side before ceding possession to Laparty. McKay redirects the puck into the attacking third, but Dayton scoops it up. Again to McKay in the neutral zone. He gains the blue line, spins around, working that point. Over toward Krumzik, who's in his second game in a row. The puck leisurely rolls all the way to Brennan end over end in the Indiana D zone. He plays pitch and catch with his partner Goodfellow. Goody threads a pass all the way to Offenbach on the near side, who just had it ricochet off the leg of the linesman. Otherwise, he would have had a clear break.
I think I'm feeling a goal from Offie today.
We do have word that Offenbach has changed the color of his skate laces for the first time since he was 7 years old.
Yeah, a big change in the hockey sense, but a little fast break here.
Quick wrister by Shabazz as he went onto his wallet, got the shot on, and it was saved by Zerdzik. He stood up out of his crouch and made a pretty tough save in traffic. But yeah, Offenbach usually going with the Alex Ovechkin neon yellow laces, and his brother says he's feeling a goal today.
Yeah, I'm feeling one for him too. You know, he's had some good opportunities. Yesterday he played his heart out, got a couple assists, and he was really going to the net hard, and one's just bound to come for him.
12.5 to go here in the first. Dayton up by a quick tally. Cesarski moves in on the puck after kicker buries somebody as well as Shabazz. Shabazz did receive a game misconduct and was excused from the remainder of last night's contest against the Bowling Green State Falcons. We see Shabby as a guy that is not afraid to defend his own honor and to defend his own guys when he feels they're being taken advantage of. We saw it against the Chicago Cougars junior team when they took a pummeling to him and drove him into the ice. And if I'm not mistaken, you were given an early exit from that one as well.
Yeah, Shabby, I don't really agree with that call yesterday, to be honest. Those refs were definitely not for our team. But you know, we kind of worked through it. Supposedly, the ref said that Shabby kicked him. That's why he got that kind of suspension for the game or the remainder of the game. Definitely don't agree with that call. He kind of just went to the ground, but you know, it is what it is.
Here's Shabby, a centering pass to Simino. He couldn't get the tape of his stick on it, and it slides under the legs of Zerdzik to stop play with 11:30 to go here in the first. Still a 1-0 lead for the Flyers. And yeah, Kiss, sometimes that's how it is with mid-level hockey. You don't always get exactly what you're looking for, but you got to play through it nonetheless, I suppose.
Definitely not. I hope they hear that.
Face off to the stick side of Zerdzik in Dayton's end. Flicked all the way across to Zaremski, who watched it bobble past him. It jumped over the edge of his stick. And now a rugby scrum right behind the cage. Zaremski leaning onto his left leg to get an angle on the puck as Kenyon clears the line and pushes it right in front of the scorer's table. To a Flaherty who feeds front. Here's Kenyon on a rush. Left dot. Backside. Shot by Cruz just wide and into the near corner. He gets bound into the glass, and the whole stanchion is shaking back there by the spectators. Into the far corner now as Cruz and Kenyon get tied up. Puck sliding around to the near point where Michelli steps in front to block it. He vibrates against the boards. Here's Cruz centering pass to O'Flaherty just off the side of his stick. A lot of centering chances for Indiana thus far.
Yeah, our whole goal is to get pucks to the net, you know. A lot of our goals are from those rebounds, those second chances. And you can see we're kind of pushing for that beginning of this first 10 minutes of the period.
Last time these two played, it was the 29th of January. Shots on goal in that game were 35 to 21, which is the lowest Indiana's had in this calendar year. Last night we saw 65, maybe 70, depending on your count, against Bowling Green, and Indiana was just putting pucks on net like crazy. Here's DiLorenzo spinning around the left circle on the far side to Jeremy feeding in front. McDaniel couldn't hold on to it. And it toil a bowl to the near side where D'Lo steps in front of the glass. To Jeremy now, who pokes at it. Little poke check. Threading it in front right behind Zerdzik. The puck bounces in and it's a goal! Off a body and into the back of the net. 10:19 to go here in the first. 1-1 the score, and we'll have to wait to see the handshake line to find out who's going to be given that tally.
I believe it's D'Lo.
DiLorenzo, the Chili's man himself, getting high-fived first by his teammates, and then Zaremski, who emerged out of the crease. And we're all tied up here at the Skadium. DiLorenzo's been an effective part of the offense all season, and that is his 11th goal of this campaign. So Indiana in red from left to right, Dayton in white from right to left. Here's McKay on a drive. A quick shovel shot right in front of the mouth of the goal by Krumzik. Could not find pay dirt.
What a pass by McKay.
Cesarski lines up a wrister from the near point, bouncing off a body. Another shovel shot in front of the cage. A wicked rebound to McKay. It bounces off somebody's head. And now play has been stopped for a hand pass after we cross over the first half of this first frame. So a quick answer by Indiana after a bit of a frustrating goal on the other end. How do you think the mindset changes once you know you even the score up?
You know, you know, it's a big momentum shift. Obviously, well, yesterday they popped the first one in, but we really know how to keep our composure and know what the objective is. And when you got 2 more periods or 2.5 more periods to go, you know there's so much time. And I think we've got a lot of confidence in ourselves.
9:23 to go here in the first. Here's Shabazz moving through the slot, jackknifing between different defensemen. He feeds to the far side, but no one's there to meet him, and Cass has to punch it across the blue line. Indiana vacates, and the Flyers will try and get a rush of their own. Kicker steps in front of the puck and next to his own bench, getting instructions shouted at him from Coach Weiss. and Grainda. Shabby knocks the puck around to kicker on the far corner, making an attack. Kenyon Arister from the high slot. He gets bound down to the ice and is back right up onto his blades. Odd man rush. The Flyers don't have numbers as it's flicked all the way across. Zaremski deciding at the very last moment to stay in the crease instead of charging after it like we saw so many times in the D1 game last night. Here's Krush, who emerges with the puck. To Kenyon through the center circle. He gets tripped up and is hit hard from behind. No call on the play. Indiana still on the attack as the feed goes in front of the cage. To Brennan, who can't hold the blue line, and he'll have to retreat as Indiana circles the wagons. Krush moving through center ice, pokes the puck away and then absorbs a body check. Puck gets whisked across the glass on the far side, and Zergzik punches it to the near corner. Indiana still on the attack. 1-1 the score, 8 and change. Krush working the near point. To Brennan, a shot through traffic goes off a leg and a body as well. Flyers trying to get a rush going, but Krush steps in front to make the play. It's Barola moving forward in the high slot. By himself, shoots right into the belly of Zaremski and played back out of the zone. Indiana defending that odd man rush. A DDD pass between the Flyer defensemen before the puck gets sent all the way across, and both sides will get a quick change. Stretch pass to the red line in center. D'Lo feeds it to the near side to McDaniel. He's got it at the right point. Gives it off to DiLorenzo, working that circle, shooting and just kicked away by Zerdzik. The far corner now, Jeremy stands up, spinning around, and gets stood up and dispossessed. Flicked forward over toward Pampina. He's at the far board, shot on, kicked away, second chance opportunity. Pushed forward by McClimis. He's getting harassed in the far circle. Pushed away and Indiana will have a chase. We may have an icing on the near side. Icing waved off, play continues. We are through 13 minutes in this first frame. Pass right through the center circle here at the Ice Skadium. Goes to no one in particular, and DiLorenzo plays it forward. Gloved down by a Flyer skater. And nobody seems to want to play with any kind of long possessions. Now here's Krumzik leaving it for Jeremy. Through the slot, a wrist shot going off a body. Here's Michelli dangling, backhand shot. Poked away by a Flyer and back into neutral territory where the Flyers get fresh legs. Still 1-1, Indiana and Dayton tied up. DiLorenzo scoring on a weird wobbler, which drew Indiana even after Dayton scored first. Here's Michelli flicking it forward to Kicker, who missed last night's game. To Bonecutter on the far boards. A quick shot right in front of the air, punched away by Zerdzik, and the play still continues. Circling around his own end is Clark. Being shadowed by Bonecutter, who throws a shoulder into him. Puck ricocheting through the slot again. And this puck is not laying despite how chilly we are all around this rink. Shot through traffic, gloved by Zerdzik, who reached away from the crease to the near side to make the play.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Wex, but I can't feel my toes.
I can't feel my fingers because I'm holding the spotter board. 5:51 to go here in the first, 1-1 the score, as both sides will get some warm bodies out onto the ice. Well, it's a good thing that the team provides these awesome tubes for us, otherwise my ears would be falling off as well. Face off to the glove side of Zerdzik, won by Dayton. They play it forward and finally clear the line, only to give possession back over to Offenbach in Indiana. Zerdzik makes another puck stop play behind the edge, as Offenbach shoots from close range just off the side of the cage and out into the corner again. Pampina steps in front of the puck, as does McClemens. Simino looking for a pass to Offenbach at the left circle. He gets smacked around and falls onto his shin protectors. Dayton's got a rush going, but smacked down to the ice. Timmons and to Brennan now at the blue line. Offenbach spins around looking for the puck. He lost it under his edge, and Brennan emerges with it. As Offie kicks it forward, he gains the blue line. Wrist shot on, gloved by Zerdzik to stop play with 3 ticks. Over 5 to go here in the first, and still a tie ball game. So we know Offenbach's got this goalless streak going right now. He scored in his freshman year, the last time Indiana had a full season. How much do you think that weighs on him on a day-to-day basis, even though he does pass the puck and get plenty of assists? A quick shovel shot in front of the cage, and Indiana breaks it open. It's Kenyon right off the face-off, who didn't have a chance to speak. But Cade Kenyon getting yet another goal. That is his 7th of the season so far. And what a performance from the alternate captain and senior who had a hat trick against Michigan.
Yeah, just to go off the question regarding the goalless streak. You know, he's just such a team player. Whatever he does, if he's getting assists, if it's going to the corner, working hard, he's kind of always the guy you want on the ice. You know what I mean? Yeah, hasn't really scored lately, but he's definitely been working towards so much more than that, which is being a team player.
Dayton flicks it around right in front of Zaremski, who kicks it away violently. Another centering pass into the slot. Krush meets the puck, and another shot straight into the leather of Zaremski with 4:35 to go here in the first, and a 2-1 lead for Indiana. Cade Kenyon had a 5-game point streak entering this weekend that was interrupted when he failed to get a tally on the score sheet against Bowling Green. But really a team player. He's a guy that seems to get the energy going. And after sitting with him on the bus, it's clear that he sees the game a lot differently than most hockey players. Here's Cesarski moving through traffic. He's over to the far half dashers, working the slot, shielding the puck with his body, and pulls his rebound free. Now cycling around to Jeremy, who spins like a top of the goal line in the near corner. Feeds to the backside. McDaniel, a wraparound shot. Another body kick away. Jeremy shovels it home and scores! Backside play as Jeremy scooped up the trash and put the biscuit in the basket. 3-1 to go here in the first. 3-1 the score. 4:09 to go here in the first. And
I think we got Barrett McDaniel on that assist there too.
McDaniel on the assist, and the cold is starting to get to me. So Indiana, 3 unanswered goals here in the first after giving up an easy one just a few minutes in. Whistle blows as it looks like a hand pass has been called by the referee on the far side of the play. So we are now officially under 4 to go. And Jack, we've seen several times last night where the referee or the linesman trailing the play on the opposite side of the sheet made the call. Do you guys have any interest in which linesman makes the call necessarily when the play's happening?
Well, obviously we want the closest one. Who's got the best eyes. Yeah, to be honest, as long as they make the right call, we'll be happy. But, you know, it's been a little difficult lately.
Face off in Indiana's third of the ice. Won by the Flyers. D'Lo kicks it free to himself and now has an odd man rush. 3-on-2. McDaniel and Jeremy in tow. Back to D'Lo at the far side. He scoots through, absorbs a body hit. Kicker emerges trying to scoop the rebound away. And it's McDaniel who stands the puck up at the blue line, holding the zone for Indiana.
Good job by McDaniel there, staying onside.
Cass steps into a hit and takes a body shot straight to the shoulder. Indiana gets a quick D change as the puck moves around. Goodfellow tries to line a man up and instead misses the hit entirely, and it's Barola on the near side, trying to work the goal line, a wraparound. He gets hit from behind and loses possession. Whacked over to DiLorenzo, who kisses it off the glass. Dayton getting a little bit of a change, and now Indiana finishing their full 5 shift.
That's just a prime example of what kind of good he does down low. You know, he's always playing the body, and he's always getting that extra guy high. So good play by him.
Here's McKay at the near side circle for Indiana. He can't hold on to the puck, and now it's Bonecutter weaving through traffic. Right in front of the cage, a give and go. No one was on the backside of that pass, and the Dayton Flyers will move in the attacking direction. 3-on-2 rush, leaving it down toward Pampana. He gets it stolen away from him immediately, and it's kicked back into Dayton's zone. Spinning around is Macula.
Nice pass.
Tommy Krumzik charging into the glass on the near side in front of these parents that have made the travels. Tied up on the near side along the goal line. Krumzik moving in, keeping his eyes up, and instead decides to no look it to McKay right behind the net. A quick centering pass, trying to find the stick of Bonecutter, is not successful. Cesarski tailing his fellow number 20 sweater wearer, Pampano. McClemens now on the puck behind the cage. We're under 2 to go here in the first frame. 3-1 the score, Indiana on top of the Flyers. At this game played north of Indianapolis at the Carmel Ice Skadium. Micheli, a shot through traffic. A one-timer, Simino. Another smack around on the puck, and it clears just over the zone. A long rebound that careened out of the attacking third for Indiana, forcing a full retreat. We're under 90 seconds to go here in the opening frame.
Definitely need to finish hard here. don't want to let anything up last minute.
Puck sails right over the head of head coach Andrew Weiss in his first season, and it was gloved down by none other than the goal scorer, Cade Kenyon, who reached up looking like a second baseman out there. Now, Dayton has had their struggles as an organization, but this is only the second full year that Coach Morris is at the helm. And it looks like he's a vocal coach that does everything to try and change things around and motivate the guys on the ice.
Yeah, I definitely give a lot of credit to them. Obviously, they haven't had the most success, but I know they play hard, and I give a lot of credit for that.
O'Flaherty tries to fling the puck in front of the net, but it's stolen away by the Flyers. On the near side in front of both benches, a little bit of a tie-up, but Krusch flings it free to the far side. Now to O'Flaherty. He's across the line. A quick shot by Kenyon, and his wrister goes over the bar and bounces off the glass. Krusch moves in to flick the rebound away. Holding the blue line is Kenyon. He now somehow ends up with the puck under him again in the far corner. Seems like Kenyon is everywhere at once. Under 60 seconds to go as the puck flicks off the protective netting next to the Dayton bench, and so play will stop with 39 seconds to go here in the first. Sam Weixler with you alongside Jack Kissell here at the very chilly Carmel Ice Skadium. And it's nice to see a lot of parents of guys that are from the greater Indy area have made the trip to see some of these kids play.
100%. We had our starting lineup today, all Indy guys.
A homecoming of sorts for everybody. Here's McDaniel working the goal line on the far corner for Indiana. He finds the puck back on his stick behind the cage. Puck flies through the air like a saucer into the near glass. McDaniel, no look pass, and still no possession. A long shot from McDaniel, deflection right in front of Zerczyk.
What a shot.
Pushed away by DiLorenzo, and the puck sails all the way across the ice.
And that'll do it for the first period.
Where no Dayton Flyer lays chase, and that's how the first 20 minutes will come to a close. 3-1 the score. Indiana answering with 3 big lamplighters to end this period. Kiss, you gotta be happy with the momentum shift after that early goal that got given up.
Yeah, it's been kind of a recurring factor with letting in that first goal. But as I said before, we really push after. We know how to really overcome those objectives when we kind of let go of that first shot. And I'm pretty proud of the period we just had.
Well, we'll send it to a quick break, and the ice will be cut. Alongside Jack Kissell, I'm Sam Wexler. We'll be back in about 15 minutes once the Zamboni does its rounds. 3-1 the score after 20. This is Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. 20 minutes down and 40 to go up on the big board. 3-1 the score. Indiana had 3 unanswered to end that first period. Some impressive skating and passing. DiLorenzo and Kenyon were the men tabbed with 2 of them. We'll have to check the score sheet to find the third. Sam Weixler, and will be momentarily joined yet again by Jack Kissell up in the booth, or the wood stand here at the Carmel Ice Skadium, in what has proved to be a very chilly end to this long weekend of hockey. Indiana this season, 16-5-1, and in TSEHL, 10-1-3-0. That 1 in the middle there is for a overtime win. So in all reality, they are 11-3-0 and in second in the T. Indiana back onto the sheet with Dayton. The Cream and Crimson in their red sweaters and red pants from right to left. Zaremski still in the net. And the Flyers from left to right this time still in their whites. Here's Kenyon emerging with the puck on the far side glass to O'Flaherty. He circles around the end zone, keeping his eyes up, looking for an option. Knocked away off the back of his skate by Pampina, who flicks it all the way across, forcing Zaremski to vacate the zone. Whacked around in the far corner. That's Cesarski moving in to do some damage. Thrust free toward the stick of O'Flaherty, moving through the neutral zone. He whacks it towards Zerdzik, who paddles the puck away to a defenseman. Now into the near corner. Kicker holds the point and lets Jeremy smack a shot on. Indiana has a different set of lines out than they usually do. And things have been changed up like a deck of cards being shuffled. We've played a minute and a half here in the second. 3-1 the score. Indiana on top of the Flyers. Held on the near side. Zerdzik kicks away a loose puck. To McDaniel at the blue line. He shoots through traffic off of Jeremy's leg and away. Friendly fire on the near side. Toward another shot. A second chance opportunity by Krumzik gets pushed away by the shoulder blade and shoulder pad. A centering pass, backside. Krumzik gets a shot on. Back toward DiLorenzo. Through the slot, and no one was home to find the puck. Now toward Barnett. He gives it off to Jeremy, who weaves through traffic. In the slot, Dipsy-doos, shoots, and it's kicked away. My goodness, what a save by Zerdzik, who pins his leg against the boards. And we've got some extracurricular activity and some shoving, as DiLorenzo took exception to the way he was being pushed around by the Dayton defenseman after that play ended. 17:55 to go here in the second. 3-1 the score. Face-off will take place to the glove side of Zerdzik, who has had his work cut out for him this season. Dayton Flyers averaging 2.75 goals allowed on average. Pardon me, allowing 5 goals on average and scoring 2.75. So they are well on their way to that 5+ mark. Here's McKay through traffic, kicks a shot on. Now toward Bonecutter, who smacks it down to the ice. McKay shoots on, kicked away by the left pillow of Zerdzik. Indiana tries to hold the line, and Krumzik moves into the near corner. Over toward the legs of Macula. That's DeMarco now. Odd man rush as Dayton tries to make something happen. It's pushed forward to McKay in front of the Dayton bench. Here at the Ice Skadium, both benches are on the near side, and the scorer's table separates the two sin bins on the far side of the ice, just under the stars and stripes hanging from the ceiling. Stretch pass all the way to Semino in space. He's by himself, shoots, knocked away by the waffle board. Shabazz, a second chance opportunity, goes over the bar. Now the whistle's been blown, and we've got a delayed call that shift into a penalty on the ice. The referee right behind the net makes the call. 16:42 to go here in the second. And it appears a high stick was played, but no penalty has been thrown up onto the board. Face off to the stick side, won by Indiana. A slap shot on. Rebound to Offenbach in the far corner. Shabby moves through traffic, a shot on. His shot goes straight into the chest protector of Zerdzik, and play stops with 16.5 to go here in the middle frame. Well, we're on the long change for both sides, so it'll be important to see how and when both sides are able to get fresh legs out there. Still trying to figure out the whereabouts of Jack Kissell and get him back onto the broadcast with us. You'll have to bear with us. Cesarski, a shot gets kicked away by Zerdzik at the last possible moment. Now into the near corner, Offenbach to Simino. He feeds it around. Shabazz, a slap shot by Cesarski, rings off the pipe and out. Into the near corner, that's Simino moving on. Back to Cesarski, he reloads. His shot goes off a body. It's a one-timer by Simino, and he scores! Aiden Simino, the freshman from Ontario, who also played here in Carmel, makes it 4-1 with 16 and change to go here in the second. On a cannonading shot from the left circle. What a way to extend the lead for Sims on his 4th goal of the season. So everybody puts the horses back in the chute and loads them back up. Face off that ensues at center ice, won by Indiana. They paddle around with it in their own zone before it wobbles to O'Flaherty on the attack. He's in the slot, moving from far side to near. An off-balance shot goes past the near side post and rims around. Micheli, a slap shot off a body and into Zerdzik's glove. Just a puck length above the ice with 15:43 to go here in the second. Four to 1 the score. Indiana on top of the Flyers here in Carmel. Charging the other way is Yasenak, but it's poked free by Micheli, who then ends up on his backside. He takes a seat, and the puck is centered right past Zaremski, who opts to let his defenseman do the work. Puck ricochets through neutral ice before it's whacked at by Micheli. He retreats. Looks like that's Connor Fallon out there as well. He gets his second start of the season in as many games. Last night he was in the number 7 sweater. Today he's in the number 3. We're adapting with what we've gotten and making do with what we can. Kenyon lunges at the puck and does a slide on his belly at the blue line, trying to hold on, but instead the Flyers try to make a rush, work the other way. There's Kicker back in his usual number 7 sweater. He had the night off last night for the roadie at Bowling Green and is back in the lineup. Stretch pass over toward Kenyon. Does not find anyone's tape, and he heads to the bench as Indiana gets a full change with the puck in the attacking third. 14.5 to go here in the second. McDaniel lays chase in the far corner before the puck glances off the boards and all the way down the sheet. Icing waved off as Goodfellow moves in just in the nick of time. Near corner, kicked at by DeMarco. His shot goes just past Zaremski. Off the body it appears. Another shot gets deflected off the boot of a skate and under the legs of Jeremy. He gets dispossessed at the blue line, and the Flyers punch it in, trying to get a change of their own this time. DiLorenzo loses his edge, nearly blowing a tire, and then Brendan gets smacked down with a quick cross-check. Weaving through traffic, that's Ward, gets a shot on. Knocked away by Zaremski. He's got buddies on top of him, and the Dayton Flyers have scored. At first, it looked to be possibly waved off due to goaltender interference, but after a quick discussion between the linesman and the referee nearest to the play, it appears that one will count. So the deficit gets cut from 3 to 2. 13:47 to go here in period number 2, and the puck was thrown over toward the goal. So it appears to be Yasenak's first career goal for the Dayton Flyers. Indiana now having to nurse a 2-goal lead in the middle frame. Ensuing draw won less than cleanly by Indiana. Krumzik spins around right in front of the Dayton bench and fires the puck in. Now Roulette wheeling to the near corner. Stretch pass pushed away by Krumzik. Now forward over toward O'Connell. Max O'Connell in the game, but instead it's taken off of his stick. Bonecutter fires the puck forward, and McKay puts a shoulder into someone. Cesarski a shot, gets covered up on top by Zerdzik to stop play with 13 1/4 to go here in the second. 4-2 still the score. Well, we do want to give a shout out to the members of our broadcast crew that are studying for the various finite exams they've got going on. Kelsey Dennehy, Garrett Drake, and Ben Stannard unable to make the drive up north this afternoon, but they'll be back with us for next weekend's action against Denison. This will effectively be Indiana's last regular season game against a TSCHL opponent. Here's Matt McKay rushing through the blue line on the near side. He gets tangled up, stays on his skates. A centering pass. A Bonecutter a chance. Another smack at the puck. Bodies collide and the puck comes all the way free in front of the net that moved all the way into the end zone. 12:50 on the clock. 4-2 the score. And Zerdzik has to dust himself off and shake out his gloves and his helmet as he took a bruising. He was caught on the train tracks with everyone headed straight for him. Face off to the stick side of Zerdzik, won by the Flyers. On the rush, here's Althoff at the far point. Poke check results in possession going toward kicker as he gets driven into the glass. Avoiding a hit is Offenbach, moving through, feeds it to the far side to Simino at the point. Centering pass, Offenbach back off the cage, still in play. Another chance by Jeremy. He gets pushed around and the puck is frozen. And slow to get up behind the cage is one Indiana skater. It appears to be Offenbach again. Slow back onto his skates. 12.5 to go in the first. My goodness, Offenbach takes a beating every time he laces him up, and today is no exception. He's a tough cookie. Well, Jack Kissell still missing in action. We won't report him AWOL yet, but we'll try and find him for the third period broadcast. 12:25 in the second, and the net still loose. Some discussion between the Dayton Flyers captain and the officials in the end zone to our left, to the north side of the rink. We're on rink 1 of 2 here at the Skadium. Thankfully, otherwise the angles of sight would be a little hard over on the secondary rink. Barnett charges in. A shot by Cruz deflects off a body. Second chance opportunity to O'Flaherty. He punches at it, and it's knocked loose by the Flyers. They clear the zone and have a 2-on-1 rush. Here comes Clark at the near side. Shoots. Zaremski gloves it down to the ice and smacks it away. Into the near corner, back toward Clark. He gets pinned up against the glass by Kicker. Kicker holding him for dear life as O'Flaherty moves in to yank the puck free himself. Now to Barnett, who's going face first into the glass. Centering pass to Traegesser. Now to Ward. O'Flaherty 9-irons the puck high into the sky, and it comes down into the center circle. Kicker steps in and has a rush as Dayton got caught in a change. Here's Kicker shooting into the belly of Zerdzik to stop play with 11.5 to go here in the second. And Jack Kissell will have his condition moved from AWOL or MIA to right next to me up here in the booth. Jack, you looked like you were enjoying your time getting warm.
Talking to our old coach Newman, I got a little distracted. I was watching the game.
Oh, Newman's here now.
Yeah, he's back. I was just talking to him. I was getting a little warm. My toes were kind of frozen, but apologies. I'm back.
Well, maybe we can get Newman in with you for the third period. Here's Indiana on a rush. DiLorenzo trying to use that speed. Gives it off to a man. Jeremy shoots. High off the bar and still in play. Rebound comes to the near side in front of Indiana's bench as Goodfellow lays chase along his own blue line. DDD pass over to Brennan, who whacks the puck across the scorer's table boards. Puck lazily sliding into near ice as Goodfellow gives it off to himself on the near side. Pushed around by Gillespie. He plays it forward, and the puck wobbles end over end. Now rolling to Brennan all the way back at Indiana's D-line. 10:45 to go here in the second period. 4-2 the score after back and forth goals here in the middle. Krumzik swings and misses at the puck and can't hold on to the line as Cass ends up onto his backside. He spun around after receiving a big hit. Dayton gets a change as they hold onto the puck in their own end zone. The long change proving to be a little challenging for both sides. Here comes McKay with a head of steam.
Here he comes.
Dipsy-doos around the end zone. A quick feed
pass.
in front. Bone cutter shot. Shovels it forward. Whistle has been blown. And we'll have to wait and see what the call was for.
I think the net was off, but I could be wrong.
Well, we've seen the net come off 3 or 4 times in the last 5 minutes. And just like last night where over at the Slater Arena, the net seemed to be basically on wheels on both sides of the ice. They were coming loose at the slightest breath of fresh air toward them.
Yeah, it was getting a little much. I think after the 5th or 6th one, I was getting a little annoyed by the other team. But, you know, it happens sometimes.
We've reached the halfway mark here at the Skadium, 4-2. 10 minutes to go in the second. McKay lays chase and shadows his opponent Barola in the far corner. Now toward Cesarski and to Krumzik, who digs into the corner. Thrust forward over to the stick of Borian. Bora moving around over the blue line. Offside waved off as Ward entered the zone a little bit prematurely. Another big hit laid as Krumzik sent a man straight into the glass. Tie up on the far circle. Ward dances through 2 different men, and Krumzik pokes it free. He flicks it high off the glass and forces a flyer to glove it back down to earth.
Yeah, I definitely put a little spotlight on Krumzik tonight. He's definitely playing hard. He's going to the puck hard, and he's also taking those hits and also giving them. So I give a lot of credit to him.
Krumzik, not usually a guy that dresses or starts on the top 2 lines, but today he is a top 6 forward and has had plenty of action over the past 3 nights.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of show for his effort. I think Coach sees that, and really glad he could get out there tonight. He played last week against the first game against Dayton, and he came out in that first period and scored. And I think
first career goal for Indiana.
Yeah, first career goal for Indiana. We're all super pumped about it. I think it's just showing game in game. He's just getting better, and better. And really excited to see what comes up for him.
Face off back in Indiana's side of action. Won by the Flyers, and Indiana has a man in the box. That is Tommy Krumzik, the kid we were just chatting about. He's had 15 seconds expire off a 2-minute minor. Kicker charging toward the puck at the center circle unsuccessfully, and now played forward to Yasenak. Flyers gain the zone, but quickly stolen away. Here's Offenbach on a rush, all by himself. Thinks about it, shoots, it's kicked away by the leg pad. My goodness, he had all kinds of daylight and all kinds of space. Tried to go backhand, forehand, and that would have been quite a way to get his goal scoring kicked off in this season. Offenbach gets hit hard from behind, but right back up and now draws a penalty. It seems like Offenbach expends effort every single step he takes. And before you were back up here in the booth with us, I mentioned that it seems Offenbach, every single time he laces up the skates, he has to really absorb a lot of punishment and is a tough customer.
Yeah, you know, he takes a lot of it, but he also gives it too. He plays hard. That was also a pretty tough play there, but he got the shot off, and I know the one's coming. He's got to put one in soon, and it's definitely been a little tough, but he works so hard just off the puck too, whether it be going to the forecheck or going to the net hard, getting those rebounds. He's always the guy that you kind of want on the ice.
4-on-4, 8:23 to go here in the second. 4-2 the score. After an opening goal in the first 2 minutes by the Flyers, Indiana had 3 straight unanswered to close out the first frame. Playing around with it on the far glass. Here's Jeremy dancing around one man in the far circle. He gets it stolen away from him by Gillespie. Now Brennan doing some battle in the far corner just under the Zionsville High School big banners for the seniors. Jeremy working the circle during this 4-on-4. Plenty of extra space out on the ice, which we saw Indiana take advantage of against Bowling Green last night when they scored 2 during a 4-on-4 with matching major penalties. Big hit. Here comes DiLorenzo charging for the puck in the attacking side. Kenyon holds the line, does some fancy stick work along the blue line. Thinks about laying it off, finally chips it into the corner for Indiana to get a change. 5 seconds left on Krumzik's minor penalty and 50 and change left to go for Clark. Clark hopping into the box after that hit on Offenbach. A centering pass over toward Cesarski. He thrusts it right into the chest protector and nearly smacks the helmet of Zerdzik. But my goodness, Zerdzik standing his ground right on the goal line in the paint. 7:13 to go here in the second. 4-2 still the score, and a power play opportunity for Indiana.
And what a great shot and pass by Cesarski. Really going out there and playing hard.
This season, the Dayton Flyers are 52% on the penalty kill. They've struggled mightily on special teams. Here's O'Flaherty letting Cesarski work the blue line to the near corner. Kenyon feeding right in front. Puck still loose. Kenyon sliding around on his knees to push the puck free and get it to a teammate. Now to O'Flaherty, who works the right point. Knocks it off the glass. McKay jumping in after hopping out of the box. Slides around. A Cesarski slap shot kicked away on the near side corner. To Kenyon feeding forward toward McKay. O'Flaherty in the far side. He puts a shot through traffic. Backside, Kenyon. Another shovel right in front of the cage. Just over the bar. And that power play is over. Here's the Flyers on a rush. Coming out of the box. There's Clark all by himself. Shoots. Kicked away.
What a save by Z.
Zaremski had no help whatsoever. Here's another rush. Simino for Indiana. He shoots. Kicked away. Rebound going to Simino. Tries a wraparound. A slap shot by O'Flaherty goes wide. A howitzer right in front that nearly took somebody's kneecap off. 6 minutes to go here in the second. Indiana up by a pair. Offenbach feeding into the slot to O'Flaherty. Tries to go backhand. Now a forehand shot right in front. Pushed away by the Flyers. Their defense has been hectic for the past 5 minutes, it seems.
Yeah, I think even though we didn't score on that power play, there were still a lot of positives drawn from that with the different just puck movement all around. And Cesarski up top, taking those slap shots and those rebounds is where a lot of our goals have come just on our power play alone. So I think just keeping that going for the time going is a pretty positive way.
Indiana gains the line. Offenbach through traffic, trying to get a shot off. Lays it off to Shabazz, whose slapper gets kicked away. On the near side glass, floating above the boards as Cass goes headfirst into the boards on the near side. Kicker at the far circle, loses control of it momentarily, and his off-balance shot goes into the end zone. Up into the glass now above the Carmel Ice Hounds banners hanging from the ceiling and the wall to stop play with 5 and change to go here in the middle frame. 4-2 still the score. Indiana on top of Dayton here in Carmel. Face off won by Indiana. They flick a shot on that's knocked away by the waffle board of Zerdzik. Right behind the end zone. Centering pass by Goodfellow. Goes off a stick blade. Now charging the other way is Lipari. He gets sandwiched in between two different Indiana skaters, slap shot movie style, and he is slow to get up still on the near side corner. 15 minutes gone in the second. Indiana up by a pair. Some fancy stick handling on the far side corner, and Dayton tries to get a shot on unsuccessfully. Another centering pass through the paint. And D'Lo picks it away and free to himself. He's got numbers and gains the line before he's held up and gets punched in the mouth. Another odd man rush the other way. This time the Flyers don't have numbers. Holding it along the far boards is Bora. His pass around doesn't find a teammate in the same colored sweater. And Cesarski meets him and pummels him into the glass right in front of the bench. That's one advantage Cesarski has over everybody, is being the biggest on the sheet. Here's Kenyon right in front, shoots and scores!
What a shot and pass.
Cade Kenyon extending the lead for Indiana again. 5-2 the score, 4:07 remaining in the second. Goes top cheddar right into Grandma's cookie cabinet. And what a second goal from the alternate.
Yeah, Cade's play has really come the second half of the season. You know, he had that hat trick against Michigan, and he's got 2 goals tonight. He's definitely shown it on the score sheet, but he's also shown it on the ice with his effort. So glad to see it.
And it really says something that Indiana is still playing with this much pace and excitement after 2 hard-fought games against a league opponent on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, you know, everyone's tired. It's our 3rd game of the weekend, but we wanted to play, and that's what we told Weiss last weekend.
Here's Clark. His shot from point blank gets kicked away by Zaremski. He had some space by himself. Now a big hit as Ward delivers a body check Under 4 to go here in the second. Indiana up by a trio of goals. Cade Kenyon has 2 of those to his name. Cesarski gets beat around the inside. Zaremski hugs that near post and forces the puck to glance off the iron. Cesarski cleaning up the damage on the near side, threading a pass all the way toward Kenyon, who gets spun around at the attacking blue line. He cedes possession, and Dayton has a rush coming the other way. Here's Barola working around. He collides and throws a shoulder into Zaremski's head, but my goodness, Z flopping over toward his right side, his glove side, and gets spun around before holding on to the puck to stop play with 3:11 to go here in the middle. Face off to the glove side of Z, won by Indiana. Pushed along as the Cream and Crimson move into neutral territory. McKay spinning around, flinging it to Fallon on the near side. His pass to Bonecutter gains the zone, and Krumzik moves into the end zone. Along the goal line, kicker loses his edge but finds the puck under him. Although now Indiana forced to retreat. McKay avoids 2 different checks at once and clears the blue line before another big hit to Krumzik. He holds on to it. Backside, Fallon shoots, nearly had his first career goal in his second game played. Still on the attack. McKay a one-timer into a body and glances off the leg. Pampina has it by himself at the center line, getting harassed and takes a big whack to the shoulder by Krumzik as Zaremski scoops up the loose change right in front of himself.
And you know, that's what McKay does so well, and that's a prime example. His footwork is unbelievable, and he'll take that hit and he'll get it to his teammate, and you're going to see those opportunities that he creates, and didn't go in there, but I know there's opportunities to come.
At the Friday night game that Indiana won 5-2 against Bowling Green, it looked like McKay was spun around several times and went onto one leg to balance himself and never really seemed to get smacked around so much that he ended up on his head.
Yeah, well, he's a big body, but he's also fast, and he knows where to be. His hockey sense or his hockey IQ is just so strong. So,
Offenbach's shot goes just over the bar. Speaking of hockey IQ, those guys know where to be right at the blue line when the puck gets there. Fed back toward Brennan, a long wrister just over the bar, and Zerdzik threw his glove into the air trying to make a play. Indiana can't hold on to the line or the puck. Bora on a rush to the near side, pushed around by Brennan, who whisks the puck off the glass. Offenbach, a half-hearted hit into the glass on the near side, and Dayton has to cede the line again. Zaremski lunging away from the crease, gives it to Goodfellow. Goody's pass gets intercepted, and Offenbach has to come in and help him out. Near corner, into the air, just over the leg of DeMarco. Another quick wrister to Zaremski on the near side. No trouble for him, as Goodfellow spins around and knocks the puck along the wood on the far side. Shabazz pulls the puck and yanks it free to himself, now to Offenbach along the glass. Shabazz a one-timer, paddled away by Zerdzik. Now behind the cage, that's Simino digging in. Lifts it to Shabby in the far corner. Under a minute to go here in the second. 5-2 still the score. Indiana on top of Dayton. Working around, that's Jeremy near side. Feeds it to the center to Shabazz, who goes down hard, and he was hit way after the puck went past him. He is visibly frustrated and slow to the bench.
Surprised there's no penalty call there.
Another big hit in front of the bench, and now we're going to have a Donnybrook. My goodness. Shabby is near motionless in front of the Indiana bench. He had his leg halfway up the boards, trying to clamber back toward Andrew Weiss and the Indiana side, and was cross-checked in the face and the shoulder, it seemed, as he was trying to get back off the ice.
Yeah, it's tough to see. Definitely something you don't want in that game or in the game. And really give a lot of credit to Shabazz for drawing that penalty, though. Definitely puts us up on top, and hopefully we can capitalize on this power play.
You know, Kissell, I think you will say the same thing. I'm all for finishing checks, but when the puck is not even there on the far side of the zone, it's kind of hard to finish a check fairly.
100%.
Face off to the stick side of Zerdzik. Won away by the Flyers. 30 seconds remaining in this period. And as it stands right now, 152 on the minor penalty that has been cited against Ward of the Flyers. Here comes Cesarski with the C on his sweater, captaining the team and quarterbacking the offense. He pushes it on a stretch pass all the way to McKay on the far side. Entering the zone, Simino who holds it. A quick feeder over toward O'Flaherty into the center. A quick shot scooped up by the netminder Zerdzik. And play is stopped with 2 ticks to go on the big board here in the second period. A little bit of a shouting match between two different skaters, but that's how the period ends after the ceremonial puck drop on the near side. So after 40 minutes of play in what has turned into a physical battle, it's the Dayton Flyers with 2 and Indiana with 5.
Definitely a strong period for the Hoosiers.
We nearly saw the first career goal by Fallon, who had a bit of a backhanded attempt right in front of the cage.
Yeah, I think one's bound for him this game, or the games to come. He's working hard on that ice and really going to the net hard.
Well, the sides are heading toward the locker rooms and getting a splash of water. And both coaching staffs have climbed over the boards and will try to get warm themselves. We'll send to a quick break. Jack Kissell alongside Sam Weixler here in the Carmel Ice Skadium. A 3-goal margin for Indiana after the second. This is Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. 40 minutes down and 20 to play. 5-2 the score. Indiana on top of the Dayton Flyers. Sam Weixler with you, and momentarily to be joined once again by Jack Kissell, the junior winger for Indiana, who's decided to help us out in the broadcast booth tonight. Indiana playing their third game in 3 days. A one-timer from Jeremy at the far circle that's knocked away. Indiana in their red sweaters from left to right, and the Dayton Flyers from right to left in their cream-colored sweaters with light blue and red trim. Will Jeremy takes a spill at center ice and gets smacked from behind by McClemens. Indiana still on a power play, as it was Ward receiving a 2-minute minor, a misdemeanor, if you will, Jack, after smacking Offenbach around. DiLorenzo charges into the attacking side for Indiana, steals a pass on the near side, feeds backside, shovel shot, and it was Offenbach who was just inches from scoring his first of the season. A one-timer over the bar again, back to Offenbach. He's in the trapezoid by himself, now pulls the puck along the boards. There's a stick loose, and it appears that Barola is playing soccer in the corner while everyone else is playing hockey. Now finally the Flyers emerge, trying to get a rush going.
One's bound to come for him.
So Indiana pushing the puck forward as O'Flaherty slams into the glass in front of the Zamboni door on the far side of the ice. Icing has been called as the Flyers were the last to touch it 100 feet too early, and clock stops with just under 2 minutes elapsed here in the third period. Indiana did not struggle on this weekend to put pucks in the back of the net. 5 goals on Friday, 6 last night, and 5 thus far with 17 to play. Indiana winning the faceoff on the attacking third. O'Flaherty dumps it to Bonecutter behind the trapezoid. He gets his own rebound, and it's to Kenyon who slides past the linesman. Now to O'Flaherty, he gets banged into the glass, and Ward, who's fresh out of the box on even strength, pushes it forward. Now to teammate DeLeo. DeLeo being smacked from behind, and it's Ward back on the puck with some quick chops of the puck, flinging it forward. Dayton retreating in their own zone, and now it's O'Flaherty who gains the blue line. Thinks about a shot, leaves it to DiLorenzo, who kicks it to his own stick. Another shot on the near side. Glances off the leg pad of Zerdzik. Jamie Zerdzik from Illinois has played plenty this season. Last time out there was against Michigan at the Yost Center. That game against the Michigan Wolverines was a 5-1 loss, where Zerdzik saw 44 shots on goal, naturally making 39 saves out of 44. Prior to that, he saw the Ohio Bobcats and lost 6-3, making 30 saves on 36 shots. 16:57 to go. Indiana wins a faceoff on the attacking side. Wrister by Cesarski gets pushed free, and Indiana clears the line. It's come to our attention that there is potentially a live barn visual of the rink right now tonight, and we don't have all the details on it, but we hear that it is possible to see the visuals of the game. You'll have to poke around for yourself on that front. Back here on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network, Wex alongside Kissell as Dayton wins the puck in their own side. Ward flings it along the glass, and Cesarski cruising behind his own net to clean up the damage. D-to-D pass over toward Cass, who centers it to McKay, stepping aside a hit. Now toward Pampina. His shot gets gloved and pops back up into the air. Zaremski couldn't secure it. Skis pushes the puck forward, and now to Krumzik trying to leave it for a man, but instead Pampina moving in alongside Bora. Chipped up off the glass, and it's McKay on an odd man rush. 2-on-2, he dances on the near side. Backhanded shot, a quick shovel right into the Dayton logo on the front of the chest of Jamie Zerdzik to stop play with 15:57 to go here in the final period. Still a 3-goal lead for Indiana over the Flyers here at the Carmel Ice Skadium. Draw one in Dayton's zone by the Flyers themselves. Emerging with it is McClemens. He chips the puck high into the air across the blue line, and the Flyers gain the zone. A wraparound chance. Zaremski slams his foot into the side of the post, and play continues. Here's DiLorenzo on a rush with McDaniel on the near side. He gets it poked just barely away from him. And it's Jeremy who slings the puck right behind the crease. Now towards Simino, who charges in. DeLeo for the Flyers, moving through the high slot, off balance, nearly loses the puck, and has to pass it away to avoid going headfirst into the boards, which he eventually meets behind the net. Big hit on the near side. Flyers trying to circle the puck around and set up an attack. DeLeo clears the blue. Zaremski jumps out of the crease up, poked the puck away. It bounces and wobbles right past him behind the goal. And Dayton getting held up in the near side corner. Simino steps into a hit, and the shot that did not go anywhere near the target rebounds and wobbles all the way across for an icing. So Indiana will have to deal with this face-off on the near side in front of Zaremski after he had a weird sequence where he popped up out of his crouch, poked the puck away, and then scrambled back before Dayton could find the backside. Face-off in front of Zaremski to his glove side, gets won by Indiana. Not cleanly, however. Finally bouncing and ricocheting over toward DiLorenzo. One-on-one rush at the right circle. Dipsy-doos around one defenseman. Still another shot on the near side. Shoots and scores! What a move by DiLorenzo. 6-2 now the score. And the Chili man himself, D'Lo, has another goal on a weekend where he's played extraordinarily well. 14:25 to go here in period number 3, and Indiana a commanding 4-goal lead. Face off at center ice, wobbles away toward the stick of Oscar Thorson for the Flyers. He's met by Cesarski, who essentially kicks the puck high up and over the boards to stop play with 14:12 to go. And Jack, we've been talking about the physicality of this game, and it looks like that's going to continue in this period. Although with that quick goal, it really kills any momentum, it seems, that Dayton had in the locker room. Here's Simino gaining the blue line over toward Shabazz, who took a hard lick and drew a penalty to end the second. Flyers on a rush. Right in front of Yasenak. He can't corral it, and it glances right off the tape of his stick. A stretch pass all the way across. It's a post route, if you will, toward Shabazz, as Zerdzik clambers out of the crease to make a quick save. Cesarski found himself in the shooting lane and therefore had to retreat. Puck wobbles end over end. Not a very good lie, but there's Shabazz gaining the line again.
Both teams definitely coming out in the third period pretty hard.
Goals scored were by Ward and Yasenak of the Flyers. The assists were credited to Barola on the first, and Hughescroft and Ward again, it appears, on that second one. Puck sails through the sky, and Brennan meets it in the near side corner. Flung all the way around. Krusch standing up, and his backhand shot goes just past the bar. Brennan finds the rebound, trying to curtail it, but instead Hughescroft pushes it away. Dayton trying to get out of their end unsuccessfully thus far, really struggling to make things happen.
Yeah, the Hoosiers just kind of want it more, it seems like.
We've played just about 8 minutes here in the third as Zaremski has his hand raised high above his head to stop play on an icing. So the face-off will shift back to the other side of the ice. And Kiss, it looks like the ice has kind of been tilted, for lack of better words, in Indiana's favor. A lot of possession taking place in Dayton's end, which is not abnormal for this Indiana team that spends a ton of time throwing shots on left and right.
Yeah, most of this period and the periods before this, a lot of shots on net and a lot of puck movement in their offense or in their defensive zone. And I think it's definitely showing for it. 6 goals and won this period by D'Lo. So definitely excited for the rest of the period.
Looks like a timeout's been taken by the Dayton Flyers, so we will step aside for a brief moment. 6-2 the score, 12:42 up on the big board in the third period. And when we get back, it'll be a face-off in Dayton's side of the ice. We'll be right back. Back at the action here at the Skadium, Indiana wins the face-off on the attack. 5 aside after Ward had his penalty ended.
Well, I like to touch base on our defensive play too. I think it's really improved as the season has gone on. And I think it shows a lot for today. We're just kind of working hard, and definitely the defensemen are really pushing to get the puck out of the zone and working with the offense.
Here's Cass moving in to chip the puck along the glass and along the boards before it cycles all the way toward McKay in the far corner. Indiana still on the attack. They've hemmed Dayton into their zone plenty of times and will not stop now. Cass steps up to hold the blue line, and as Indiana tried to make a change happen, they get caught in between and cede that blue line. Here's Krumzik working around, feeds to Kicker on the far side. He flicks a quick pass forward to Krumzik, dancing around, a quick shot just over the bar and away. Still in play on the far corner. Ward gets stripped up, delayed call on the far side, and the whistle blows after a bevy of skaters in both different colored sweaters converged on the puck to stop play with 11:40 to go here in the third.
What a move by Tommy. He put it right through the guy's legs and got a quick shot off, and a really good opportunity.
How about these youngsters for Indiana really making things happen all by themselves? We saw Will Jeremy can stick handle in a matchbox, if you will. And the same goes for Fallon and Cass Barnett and all the young guys who are making things happen.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to the freshmen. You know, they came in, I think we had 11 or so new ones, and they really came to the team and have really been contributing, whether it be on or off the ice. And I think it shows. You have kids like Germs who really know how to put the puck in the net and make plays happen, and you have other kids like Fallon or Sims who are really working hard in the corners, really getting shots off, and really contributing in any way you kind of can.
2-minute minor has been assessed to Bonecutter. He'll sit with 1:30 remaining on that as of now. Offenbach clears the puck all the way across so Indiana can get fresh legs on. 11-11 on the big board, 6-2 the score. And Kissell, to answer your question, Indiana only returned 9 skaters from that 2019-20 season, the last time we had a full schedule. Flyers on the attack this season. They have struggled mightily with an extra man out there, 25% in the past 7 games. Cesarski trying to push the puck forward and then successfully does. We're going to have a delayed call on the far side as Jeremy now getting physical before being dragged away by the collar of his shirt. Cesarski steps in to make sure no extra penalties get tacked on in Dayton's favor.
Yeah, definitely had a little conversation after that. Both guys going to the box, and let's see what 4-on-4 has for us in the next 2 minutes.
Okay, so we already talked about the fact that Indiana scored 2 during that 4-on-4 with the matching nickels, if you will, the major penalties after the fight, I think it's fair to call it, between Shabazz and Harrison Hall. Both of them got a few good jabs, some left and some rights in behind the cage, and both were given early exits last night.
Yeah, it was definitely unfortunate, those 2 penalties, but we always kind of feel confident in those 4-on-4 situations because it's got a lot more ice for us.
A lot of extra space. It looks like you guys are able to keep your eyes up more and worry less about being hit and worry more about passing and finding the lanes. Is that true?
Yeah, 100%. You know, we're a pretty fast and quick team. So when we have that open ice, especially in the neutral zone, to get those odd man rushes and opportunities, we really capitalize on them. And I think we've had a pretty high percentages in those situations. And we definitely don't look too down on those 4-on-4s.
Kicker lays it off to O'Flaherty, who spins around, tries to give it up to another teammate. It's a long slap shot by Goodfellow in traffic, finds the leg and foot of another player. And Indiana still on the attack, 4-on-4, as the Cream and Crimson have an attack moving. A quick shovel shot right in front. Zerdzik spins around all by himself to Goodfellow in the high slot. Wrister goes just past the near post, and Kicker charges into the near corner. O'Flaherty decides to circle back and move by himself through traffic. He sidesteps one defenseman and chips a shot right at Zerdzik, who doesn't have to flinch to make that save.
Yeah, we almost had one there, but you know, it was a good opportunity.
9:42 to go in the third. 3 seconds left on this 4-on-4 before Bonecutter can step back out onto the ice, and it'll become a 5-on-4 power play for Indiana.
I think the next 9 minutes, a player to watch is definitely Cade. He's got 2 popped in this game, and he's definitely looking for those that hat trick.
Hat trick watch is on for CK, as well as a couple other guys who know how to get on the score sheet.
I think D'Lo's one of those, right?
D'Lo is, yes. Here's Will Jeremy scooting around one defenseman and cruising into the attacking side. Lays it off to Offenbach, who plays it along the boards. Sidesteps a hit and feeds toward Jeremy again. Now to Cesarski at the blue line. A wrist shot. A quick shovel right in front. Offenbach trying to get a stick on it. Now that's Krusch. Tie up in the near side corner. Going down to one knee was Offie. He feeds to D'Lo. A slap shot from Cesarski on the one time. High off the boards. Still a power play opportunity for Indiana. 10 seconds remaining on it. Puck flies into the air and sails all the way to the far boards. Offenbach flicks his wrists and sends it to Krusch down low. Zaremski slaps the ice, letting his team know that an extra man's out there. Shot in traffic. Offenbach couldn't deflect it back down.
Just tipped.
5 aside. DiLorenzo swings the puck on the boards. It gets caught up in traffic on the near side and finally gets whacked all the way across. 8.5 to go in the third. 6-2 the score. Indiana on top. Here's DiLorenzo, who has a quick steal, but instead another dispossession in the neutral zone.
Definitely a good opportunity to capitalize on the tired Dayton team right now.
We talked to Coach Morris prior to this game, and he said there's a lot of new guys and a lot of jersey changes tonight. DiLorenzo, a quick wrister that goes straight into the glove, and now he's being chased down from behind before Jeremy steps in. And DiLorenzo's a fun-loving guy, but he's got that face of a warrior when he has to.
Yeah, of course. He goes hard at the puck, and he's not afraid to back down from a fight, you know. But he also puts the puck in the net, so you got a really good balance with him.
8:04 in the third. Indiana up by 4. Face off to the stick side of Jamie Zerdzik, the netminder for the Dayton Flyers. As we mentioned, his last time out on the sheet, a loss against Michigan. Prior to that, a loss against the Ohio Bobcats. Flyers emerge out of their own zone. One skater gets dragged down to the ice, and Indiana pulls the puck free. That was Brennan smacking around the Dayton Flyer. Still hasn't turned around. Now it appears to be DeLeo.
Yeah, Brennan's coming off that pretty strong game he had yesterday with that 1 goal and I believe an assist. He's really coming out the last couple games.
Ward tries a backhanded shot that grazes the iron and stays in play on the far corner. McKay spins around, avoiding one big hit, and instead just gets a bit of a shoulder shove. Shabazz smacks the puck forward into neutral ice in front of the Dayton penalty box. And now a 2-on-2 as Indiana nearly got caught in a change. Glove down to the ice by Zaremski. Puck still loose, wobbling in the slot, and Simino scoops in to swoop it away. Now to Shabazz, a 2-on-2 rush. He decides to lay it up and let fresh guys hop on for Indiana. Under 7 to go in the third. O'Flaherty tangling up in the far side to Krusch. Feeding backside, Kenyon shovel right off the chest protector of Zerdzik and back in play.
Good try there.
Indiana still up by 4 over these Dayton Flyers, who they beat 6-0. Last time these two tangled at the Kettering Ice Arena.
Yeah, well, it seems like we're having a lot of opportunities here, but just can't get the puck fully in the net yet, but we're getting a lot of those opportunities.
Now we know that the TSCHL tournament is looming large in the background 2 weekends from now, but Denison stands in between that and now. Do you guys have the T tournament or the T standings in the back of your head when you go into a league game like this?
We just go game by game. We want to come out on top, but we want to come out on top by a big margin. Obviously, we're pushing for that regionals and TCHL, but we're always looking for that first game, and we always try to build off it. And I think that's why we've been so successful with Coach Weixler. And I'm really excited for what's to come next week. In our philanthropy games also on Saturday, for those of you listening, for Hockey Fights Cancer. So it's at 3:30 on Saturday night, or Saturday afternoon.
Matinee matchup. Dayton playing around with the puck in their own zone before being dispossessed. Jeremy a one-timer, backside shoveling. McDaniel trying to get it on the goal line. Puck is still loose and bodies are piling up on the near post. More pushing and shoving, and we've got a WWE match as it's another skater, Gillespie, for the Flyers, who clambered over his own netminder to try and get into that fight.
Yeah, Wex, I'll be really surprised if Hoosiers don't come up with the power play here.
Well, we were not shocked by the WWE style wrestling moves behind the net in last night's game, but I didn't quite expect it right out of nowhere there.
Yeah, yesterday I kind of saw it coming. It was a little bit of a chippy game. We had a lot of bodies being thrown and a lot of different altercations, and that was a little surprising there, but I guess there's no penalties here, so we'll back on 5-5.
All's fair in love and war, it appears, and the tension you're mentioning was Chase Nitschke, who had a 5 in a game misconduct after a boarding from behind in the Friday night game. And it seems to have stirred up the emotions of everybody.
Yeah, it was definitely kind of a scary situation with Brandenburg going down. Glad he's okay, and it's something you don't want to see, but we fight hard. So
McKay spinning around right in front of the crease on the far side. Indiana still on the attack, 5 aside with 5 minutes to go here in the third. Still a 4-goal lead for Indiana. McKay circling around, backhand shot, gets knocked away off a body. A lot of traffic in front of the net. Krumzik gets pinned hard against the boards right in front of some spectators in the trapezoid behind the Dayton end. Cesarski standing his ground along the boards, and now a whistle's been blown. High stick the call, and we'll have to wait and see who the offending individual is in this situation.
I believe it's Tommy.
Well, Krumzik will head to the bench for 2 minutes and maybe even have a chat with the photographer, Dorian McDaniel, and the rest of the Indiana hockey interns over at the scorer's table. It appears some of the other guys that got scratched today as healthy scratches are helping out. What did you find out that they're doing during the game today?
A lot of scorekeeping and taking the shots down. Shout out to them.
Face off to the glove side of Ben Zaremski, the Indiana netminder, in his 4th game this season. 2-1 record with an average of 16 saves made per game and a save percentage of .758. 5-on-4 power play for the Dayton Flyers. Indiana this season at just about 80% on the kill. 4:20 to go in the third period. A quick shot in front of Zaremski. He's able to hold on to it by squeezing his legs together to stop play. 1:33 to go on the power play for the Flyers, and they could really use some momentum to swing back in their way.
Yeah, the Hoosiers definitely brought their game today, and we have last couple games. Actually, last 12 games.
Well put, Kissell. Face off Juan and pushed into the near corner. That's Ward working the goal line, feeds backside just past the stick of Clark. Flyers hold the line and keep the attack up. There's Goodfellow who rushes in along the goal line. Delayed call on the ice, and we'll have to wait for Indiana to touch it up. We could see Zerdzik head to the bench with this delayed call. No one's seeing it yet on the Dayton side of the action. And now they've got an odd man rush the other way. Ward gets it stolen away from him. And so Indiana touches up before the netminder could even get to the bench for the Flyers.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't come out of the net for that extra skater, but it is what it is. Penalties have definitely been a struggle for us this season, myself included. With playoffs to come, we definitely have to kind of crack down on those, and that's a prime example.
Well, coming into this weekend against Bowling Green and Dayton, you had 28 penalty minutes, which was 4th on the team. and you weren't exactly in danger of getting to first place. It's kind of like in Mario Kart when you get hit with the shells 3 times in a row on the last lap.
Yeah, Tommy McDonald definitely has the first place in that order. He might stay a little far away from that too, though, with that $100 bet he's got with his mom. I'll probably see if I can get in on that too, so maybe I can get $100, but we'll see.
Maybe we can get some gas covered for us on the travel back. So in the time between the last mentioning it, there's been another minor penalty assessed to Indiana. This time it's Goodfellow, the junior defenseman for Indiana.
Looks like he broke his stick too.
Had to have a quick twig exchange over on the far side. Now rushing in is Bora. His shot doesn't find the target and instead smacks off the glass. Pampina working the blue line at the near point. Kicked up off a leg in traffic. Bodies collide. Past Zaremski, the shot goes into the near corner and swinging around. Again, Pampina working that line before feeding to the far side. Backside, quick shovel shot. Zaremski gloves it down but keeps it in play. Zazarski pokes it away. And now toward Barola on the near side. His shot goes wide 5 seconds before Krumzik can hop back onto the ice. It's a 5-on-3 for the Flyers. Now a 5-on-4 with 2:45 to go in the contest. Getting spun around on the near corner is Barola. Push to the backside. Zaremski nearly had to make a save from point blank, and he thanks his post by giving it a little fist bump. So 45 seconds left on this power play as Indiana gets all 4 guys a quick change.
Post is the goalie's best friend.
Dayton working on the puck in the near side. Running around is DeLeo, a wraparound. Bouncing over the leg pad of Zaremski. He gets hit on the side of the face mask and has to adjust it with his shoulder. Another shot right in front of Z. He pokes it away, and the paddle serves him well. Kicker swings the puck all the way across. 20 seconds to go on this power play for the Flyers, and 2 minutes even remaining on the big board. Third period, 6-2 the score. Indiana on top. Big hit as Kicker had him in his sights, and it was Ward who barely stayed up onto his edges. Penalty expires, and here comes Goody charging across the ice to the bench to try and get a change as Kicker harasses the Dayton D-men in their own zone. Errant pass slides to no one in particular in the near corner, and Kicker moves in to make a play. Brushes it back toward the far corner. That's Cass. Now to Simino, feeding it forward. He's got himself a chance. Now to McKay dancing through in the slot. Shoots just off the bar near side. Under 90 seconds to go. Indiana still safely in control of this game with a 4-goal lead. DiLorenzo moves to the slot. Leaves it for McKay. Left circle. Shoots. Bounces around in traffic. Krush sliding around the blue line. His shot bouncing around again. Zerdzik furiously making save after save in the waning moments of this game. Now Ward on a rush. He gets head-butted and slid down before giving a little bit of a nudge to Brennan in the back of the head. As the net came dislodged, the bodies piled up right next to Zaremski, and he is wondering what he did wrong in that situation to end up getting smacked around so much.
Yeah, I think they might be calling both here. Oh, never mind.
Well, Indiana will put their PK1 back onto the sheet. 58 seconds to go. We're under a minute to play. And as it stands right now, it doesn't appear that the lead is in any grave danger, but you don't want to give up a silly goal and lose a chance at extending your goal differential as the ACHA regional standings are really hanging in the balance late in the season. Quick shot right in front of Zaremski, and he scores! The Dayton Flyers, just as we mentioned it, get their 3rd goal of the game. It's 6-3 with 53 ticks left to go in this game, and the sentence has been commuted. Kyle Brennan hops out of the box, and the goal will be scored by a guy that we don't have on the roster. We'll have to check that score sheet. Man wearing the number 13 sweater that we did not have originally listed up on our paperwork. So the ensuing face-off won by Indiana. They try to gain the blue line, but the puck wobbles around wildly. Now toward Kenyon, who's on hat-trick watch. He shoots and just through the crease and onto the far side. DiLorenzo steps in trying to make a play, but it's whacked free. Now another rush for the Flyers. Sonks at the puck in the far corner. 30 seconds to go, 6-3 the score. A field goal, the difference between these two sides. still trying to find out who the goal scorer was as DiLorenzo smacks one coach in the mouth. And now a flyer in the head. DiLorenzo is incensed, and there's a crowd gathering as McKay's finger got stuck in the face mask of one flyer. My goodness, Jack.
You know, I think D'Lo got a little punched by the bench players, but no wonder they're on the bench.
It looks like Charlie Huscroft will be given that most recent goal, and we could see some penalties handed out with under 20 seconds to go. Kissell, we talk about this night after night when Indiana puts up big numbers and is working on closing out a game, about how important it is to learn to close games out late in the season when you know you need to keep the status quo as it is, and you've got to pace yourself and make sure that nobody makes any mental errors, nobody gets hurt, nobody makes any stupid decisions that result in suspensions like we saw our freshman year.
Yeah, definitely close to the end of the game. Obviously, 19 seconds left. You don't want to take any dumb penalties or get hurt or anything. Obviously, we're going to the playoffs. We got regionals possibly. We're really making that push, and we want to be successful, but we want to do successful as a team and healthy and try to go forward in that manner.
The last time the ACHA Men's Division II had full rankings over a full season in 2019-20 prior to the Rona, Indiana just missed out by the slimmest of margins. They finished the ranking season at 13th, needing a league championship to earn them a spot, which they did not do, losing to Ohio State in the semifinals of the league tournament. Just barely missing out on what could have been a promising run.
It was definitely a heartbreaker, especially with the seeding for the regionals.
So this contest comes to a close, and so does the season series, but we've got some guys squaring up on the near side. Really looked like when NHL players are jawing away at each other and trying to decide who's going to drop the gloves first, but finally the linesmen move in, and we'll have some handshakes at center ice. 6-3 the final score. The Cream and Crimson put a tally in the win column for the 12th game in 13 tries. Under Coach Weiss, they have been phenomenal and nearly perfect over the past 2 months or so.
Yeah, the team's been playing very hard, and really glad to get that 12th win out of 13. I give a lot of credit to the team. I give a lot of credit to our coaching staff, too. They've really come in and done a great job, and really excited for next week against Denison. As I said before, we have that philanthropy game on Saturday at 3:30, so we'd love to get a good show out, and for playoffs to come and regionals, hopefully.
Well, Jack, we hope that you're able to tape the stick up and get out there for the Denison series in what could be a really important 2 games to end the regular season before the T tournament. But in the meantime, check out @hockey_IU on Twitter and Instagram as well to stay up to date on the socials and all the team information. Alongside Jack Kissell, I've been Sam Wexler. We want to thank everyone who tuned in to this Sunday afternoon matinee matchup between Indiana and Dayton. Final score 6-3. Indiana puts a tally in the win column, the 3rd time in 3 nights.
Thanks for having me, Wex.
This is Club Ice Hockey at Indiana University on the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network.